right. So Mikey asked about business review schedule settings. So inside of your system setup area, right? Um, when I was working for Frank's MSP, we went to a lot of industry events and they always used to say, make sure you're doing your quarterly business reviews. However, we felt that not every customer necessitates a business review, right? Especially on a quarterly basis. So what actually we do inside the system is you can go ahead and you can set the MRR ranges, right, and the frequency in which you want to meet with your clients, your customers. Okay, so the default we have inside the system is if the customer is spending $0 to $1,000 a month with you, right, you're going to meet with them on an annual basis, and then from $1,001 to $2,500 a month, meet with them on a semi-annual basis. So you can come into the system here and change these inputs around to set their frequency. All right. Now, what that does for you is when you add a client, right, into the system, right? So whether you are creating an audit and entering this information manually and choosing a client, or if you're doing it from the integration we offer with the PSA systems, right? And you can go ahead and check that by going to your integrations. And we currently right now integrate with Kaseya BMS, Autotask, and ConnectWise. If you have any questions about that, you can always reference our Help Center article here in this link. But when you pull in those customers from that integration or enter them in manually, right? So if I come into a client here, Acme Explosive, inside of the application, if you go ahead and click on Edit, right, there's an area here where you could either enter this manually, right, if you've added in a client manually, or if you have the integration set up, it will actually pull this information over from the integration. All right. Now, if you did do that method, there'll be a link underneath this MRR field that will show you how we actually came to that total, and we'll show you the agreements associated with that MRR amount. All right. Now, in this example, we've actually gone ahead and overridden the review schedule frequency. So if I were to uncheck this box, right, actually, let me come back in here. Give me 1 second. You could see here that it automatically applies a semi-annual, right? Because we're in that $2,500 per month area, and it sets a review schedule frequency as that. If I wanted to, right, I could come in here and I can go ahead and change this to a monthly basis, right? And the business use case for that is, let's say, even though this customer is spending $2,500 a month with us, maybe they're about to move forward or build and move into another location, expand their business. So I want to pick up the frequency and how often I meet with them. All right. And then inside of this edit area for this audIT, right, if I go to business review schedule settings, right, I could go ahead and see the business reviews in there and kind of set them for that customer. All right. So that's what you have the ability to do. Now, what that does on a global level, we added in this business review schedule area where you can see your upcoming business reviews with all of your current clients on a quarterly basis, which is what we're in right now. So we'll tell you the last business review that you had, the frequency in which you're having these business reviews with this customer, right? And then also too, your upcoming business reviews over the next quarter, right? Now, if I want to, I can go ahead and click on this, right? And see the audit report that's associated with that upcoming business review. All right. So that's another feature that we added in there. Now, if I wanted to just look at the monthly view, you can click on this button here and see the ones that you have in this month.
Let me ask you a question. When
Sure.
you said it's clicking into the audit that's connected, is that the last audit or is that the audit they created for this
It's up to
review?
you. It's up to you. So inside, so for example, in this one, Jim's Pub, right? So if I go into audITs, right, and I come down to Jim's Pub, you have the ability here to go ahead and link that. So if I came into this business review, right, right now it says link to schedule, right? So this is linked to the business review schedule. If I
And the
want to
user
come
did
into
that, right? Like, so
correct, yeah,
the
you have
system
the
doesn't
ability
do
to do that
that.
in the system. The system does not do that. It gives you the ability to
Gotcha.
do that, right? So if I say edit audit details on this, right, I get this drop down box business review schedule status, and I could choose the upcoming business review, and that's how you link it back into that business review schedule area. Yep. So that will be included in your edit audit details on a specific audit report that you're doing.